I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing while we recognize those who have passed. Lubomiro Pascas.
Join the meeting.
Dennis Courtwright. Roll call. Cassie?
Here.
DJ?
Present.
Paul?
Here.
And I'm here. Roger's
On a plane somewhere.
not here. Fire exits are directly behind me here. Do not use the elevator in case of an emergency. Correspondence? I don't believe we have correspondence. Attorney concerns?
No, we haven't resolved.
And petitioners time. This is the time for petitioners, residents, to discuss with the town board anything that's on the agenda, or if you have a question, this is your time to come on and discuss that concern.
Terry, this is Tom Moser. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Hello, Tom Moza.
How you doing, Terry?
Okay.
So, I just have some I put together. I would like to read to the board here. So my name is Tom Moser. I live on 540 Olson Heights Road. My wife and I live directly across the street from the property owned by Ted Coombs. Mr. Coombs currently has an application to the planning board to obtain a special use permit for the Wenger Farm property. At the public hearing, my wife and I, as well as our neighbors, expressed our concerns about the Coombs holding events at Wenger Farms. He was given a list of items that needed to be completed for the application, including a noise study and a traffic study. We were informed that these studies would take several months to complete. We have been told that he's indicated that he has 7 events on the books for this year. It is our opinion that we are concerned that he will proceed with these events without approvals and obtaining the permits. If these events do take place illegally, they will then become a building department issue, resulting in it being a town board issue. If the events take place, we're expecting the building department will immediately issue a cease and desist response to the events and stop them. We're here to give the board ample time to make sure that there is someone available to do this, as these events are surely to be held on the weekends. If he holds these events prior to obtaining the permits, these events will be taking place in a structure that does not have a CO. Anyone hurt will not only kill the property owner, but they will sue the town as well, because the town will be allowing these things to happen. We're sure Mr. Coombs is legal counsel and is advising him, but please know that we, the neighbors, have sought legal counsel as well. And if the town doesn't uphold its laws, we will be forced to take legal action. It is not our nor the town's problem that Mr. Coombs built the property in an area where doing what he's doing is illegal on multiple levels. So.
Okay. Is that it, Tom?
Yeah, that's it. I just feel that everybody needs to be aware of the situation. He was on the planning board. The planning board's aware of it, but I feel that the town board needs to be aware of what's going to, in my opinion, and I've been right on a few of these things at this point, what's going to be going on.
Thank you. Is there anyone on the same topic or any other topic that they're concerned with now?
Yes. Can you hear me, Terry?
This is John Graffio.
John Rapp.
Hello, John. How can we help you?
Well, I have some major concerns also. You know, we live directly behind them. And we're concerned, of course, with the noise level, the traffic, and also the people that are coming from these events that walk around to the horse farm that impact the way we live here, because our major concern is that it could be a liability, also first for the farm, and also first for going down to the falls, because we have property adjacent to it. Now, what's happened is we have a breeding farm here where we have mares bred, where we have horses shown, and we do it quietly. But at the same time, we've had 4 national champions bred up here, most recently 4 years ago. And we're quite quiet about it. And because the horses are very sensitive and the noise levels affect them, it will greatly impact the way they are. I mean, they're startled real easily. And my concern is that and also the traffic that goes by. You know, we went down the Ulster Heights Road, and the Ulster Heights Road, I was never really, I never go that way. I always go the Briggs Highway way, and I thought it was a very windy road, and I can't imagine having 150 people at one of these events, at a wedding, drinking, especially having owned a bar for so many years, knowing that people are going to be drinking and driving. Now, what's that going to affect the people that are living by those events and the people going up and down the road? I think it's going to be a great concern for everybody. So my concern again is those three items, and I would take it upon a few of the other members that we're aligned with, that we have a lawyer and we're going to defend ourselves on this, and we'll pay quite close attention to what's going on. And that's about it, Terry.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Graffio.
You're welcome.
I would like to speak too, if I can.
Could you state your name, please?
My name's Peyton Exner, and
What was that?
Peyton Exner, and
Okay.
I live
Peyton
across the
Exner.
street from their parking lot.
Okay,
And my concern is basically everything that Mr. Graffio and Thomas said. Also, my concern is my children. They had an event. Well, they tried to have an event this past weekend of some kind of art show or something. And these people from the art show, I was trying to pack my kids into the car, like, because we live right next to the parking lot. And these people just like walked right up and were like, I mean, I'm trying to get my kids in the car and they're talking about how cute my kids are, which is, that's great, thanks, but like, I don't know you. And you're like, she was very, very close to me and my family, and like, she didn't, she was just being like overly friendly maybe, I don't know, but that's just one example of what could be when you have, you know, the types of events that Mr. Kuhn is trying to have. I mean, these people were just walking up the road, just going for a walk, and like I said, she was damn near in my car talking about how cute my baby was, and I was like, thank you, I appreciate that. Also, the weekend before that, they had they had these three girls in a golf cart in the parking lot right here across the street from my home doing donuts in the parking lot. So just the safety concern and the people, and like they said, the partying, the drunk driving, and just the concern of the peacefulness of my home. So that's my concern.
thank you. Is there anyone else?
Hi, can you guys hear me? My name is Desiree Fresh.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, I live at 560 Ulster Heights. I'm actually across from the parking lot as well. Pretty much agree with everything everyone else has already said. I can also definitely agree to the golf cart situation. I actually had family over, so I had my window open the whole time, and it was going on for a few hours. They were just doing donuts in the parking lot. Pretty much just hours and hours just doing donuts in the golf cart. And I've also had people come over to my house as well, like 9 o'clock at night if my garage door is open, and asking me for like a ride into town to use my cell phone. And I mean, we kind of live in the middle of nowhere on this road, so having some strange man walk into my garage and pitch black outside because he came from the party, or just people assuming that maybe I'm part of like a cottage with it. When I definitely moved here, the parking lot wasn't there, so I wouldn't have really bought my house if I lived across from the parking lot. And every time there's an event, I also pretty much have to shut my whole house down because the parking lot is direct view to my living room window. And similar to what everyone else said, I don't want strangers really invading my privacy. I definitely also agree with the noise, the drinking, the traffic, pretty much everything else everyone else has already kind of voiced their opinions about as well.
So that was Desiree Brush.
Brush,
Oh,
P-R-U-S-H.
with the P is in
Oh,
Peter.
Okay,
Anyone else? If you could just do us a favor, if you're not already on mute, if you could mute yourself so we don't have any background noise as we continue on with the meeting. What's up, Terry?
okay. We have a resolution, the town board by resolution accepts the general construction of contract TWA 173, replacement of water mains and appurtenances for the Cohasset Water District as complete.
I'll move it.
Mr. Briggs makes the motion,
I'll second it.
Paul seconds it, it's a roll call vote. Cassie,
Aye.
TJ,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
and I vote aye. So it's 4-0. Resolution, the Wawarsing Town Board by resolution is pleased to declare June 11th to be Blossom Rosman Day. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Mr. Briggs makes the motion.
I'll second it.
Cassie seconds it. It's a roll call vote.
I'm pleased to say aye. Happy birthday.
TJ?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So that motion is carried. We have a little plaque that is going to be given out on her birthday on June 11th. I think Mr. Briggs and his wife are going to be presenting that. And we wish her the best on her 100th birthday.
Wow.
She's a great gal and has been involved with the community. I'd like to read what it says on the plaque. Whereas June 11th in perpetuity has been declared as Blossom Rosman Day in the town of Wawarsing, and whereas Blossom Rosman is an esteemed and treasured longtime resident of the town of Wawarsing since 1956, and Blossom Rosman has served the community of the town of Wawarsing all of her life, and her dedication to B'nai B'rith, the Ellenville Community Hospital Auxiliary, the Ellenville Regional Hospital, the Ulster County Office for the Aging, and the institution of the Holocaust program at Ellenville Central School. And whereas the community expresses thanks to Blossom Rosman for her lifetime dedication to the town of Wawarsing and its residents for her selfless giving of her talents to enrich the lives of so many, and whereas the town board of the town of Wawarsing desires to join the outpouring of respect and admiration for Blossom Rosman upon the occasion of her centenary birthday. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the town board of the town of Wawarsing hereby offers admiration, congratulations, and the very best to Blossom Rosman on her 100th birthday. Be it further proclaimed that this proclamation be spread upon the minutes of the meeting of the town of Wawarsing, June 3rd, 2021. With the town board acknowledgements at the bottom, Terry House, Supervisor, Tom Briggs, Councilman Roger Buckwalter, Councilman Cassie Spohr, Councilwoman Paul Tuzzolino, Councilman.
Very good.
Again, happy birthday, Blossom. No modifications. Town board to approve bills as ordered. We have 3 signatures. Do I have a motion?
Move it. Second.
TJ makes the motion. Paul seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
That motion is carried. Town board to accept the minutes of May 6th regular and audit meeting, the May 11th budget meeting, the May 20th regular and audit meeting, the May 24th workshop, the Ellenville Youth Commission report for April 21, the assessor report for April 21. Do I have a motion?
Move. I'll second it.
TJ makes the motion, Paul seconds it, and that would be numbers 3 through 8. All in favor?
Aye.
Those motions are carried. Town board to approve the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to be held on Thursday, July 1st at 7:05 p.m. in the town hall courtroom. The purpose of the public hearing is to receive input and comments from the public regarding the town of Wawarsing community development needs and to discuss the possible submission of a community development block grant, CDBG, application for 2021 program for either public infrastructure, public facilities, and or community planning.
I'll move it.
Motion. TJ makes the motion.
Second it.
Cassie seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
That motion's carried. Town board to authorize the town clerk to advertise a notice of complete application for the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for the New York Rising Streamback projects, sites 2 through 5. Motion?
I'll move it.
Cassie makes the motion.
I'll second it.
TJ seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Number 11, town board to approve payment number 3 in the amount of $226,489.11 to Bellamy Construction, Inc. for the Wawarsing Water District Route 209 Transmission Line Phase 1.
I'll make the motion.
Paul makes that motion.
I'll second it.
TJ seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. Town board to approve payment application number 1 in the amount of $409,682 to H. Ulsterhout Excavating, Inc. for the Wawarsing Water District 209, Route 209 Water Distribution Mains. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Paul makes that motion.
I'll second.
TJ seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. Town board to authorize the supervisor to execute the town response form from the New York City Department of Environmental Protection for the land acquisition project number 866.
Move it.
TJ makes that motion.
Second.
Cassie seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
The motion is carried. I believe at this time Cassie may have something.
I actually do. The town board to approve the hiring of various staff members for Camp Chewonga Summer Program. This is per the recommendations of the Allenville Wawarsing Youth Commission hiring committees. All hires are subject to pre-employment drug testing. Marlon Cabrera Arojo, Ian DeMarco, Julian Perez, Megan Wodorski, Anthony Battle, Sarah Kraft, and Sarah Stevens.
I'll second it.
And motion's carried.
Vote.
Well, we should vote.
Yeah, Cassie made the motion. TJ seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
You got it.
gotcha.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's see, Tony Pays, Mr. Highway Superintendent. Okay. TJ?
I was gonna let Cassie go just because I'm really being like anal tonight, so,
Okay. We'll have her go.
All right.
sorry.
Make it a bit quick.
I have one concern that we need to cover, which is the town board to approve the rental of a 4x80 tent from the Orange County Tent Rental Company for 7 weeks for $7,900 to help Sam's Camp Gunk proceed.
I'll second it.
That's a motion by Cassie, second by TJ. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried.
Thank you very much. And I'm also super excited to say that we only have 2 active cases of COVID in the town of Wawarsing.
Yes.
Yay, everybody. I'm also excited to say that we're almost at 60% in the Ulster County of everybody being vaccinated. 60% of our population in Ulster County has got the full vaccine on board. Please go out and get your vaccine if it's at all possible. And I was tickled to offer the motion for the Rising Stream. We've been working really hard to get that done, and now that it's going to start, you're going to start seeing people in the stream beds fixing the sides of the streams, cleaning the beds out, so that when the rains finally come, whether it's Hurricane Emil or Sandy or whoever, we're going to be ready to go. And everybody who signed their easements and got them back to us, I really appreciate it. So way to go, guys. Thank you very much. And that's what I have tonight.
Okay, TJ?
A couple of things. I just want to echo what everybody said about Blossom. I've been lucky enough to be Blossom's neighbor for approximately 30 years. And, she's going to be 100, but she hasn't really slowed down much at all.
Amazing.
She reminds me of that every time if I mow the lawn or weed whack and I miss something. So she always reminds me of that. But I think really great to be acknowledged there was her work with the school district with the Holocaust class. And just bring that history to light. She's a former Citizen of the Year by the Noonday Club. She's a hell of a person, great family, and it's an honor and privilege for me to not only live near her, but to call myself her friend and to learn from her every day. Not only what she does, but in her religion and the way she practices her religion and the knowledge there is second to none, and it's an honor and a privilege to be associated with her in those times. Got a lot of good stuff going on. Rain, reservoirs are coming up. That's all good. The grass will grow, but let's be mindful out there as we're with the warm weather, with bikes and motorcycles and kids and skateboards and people running around, those things. But also the nearness of summer, if I can say it that way, reminds us that July 4th is right around the corner. Paul, will you be talking more about that, the parade or anything?
Very briefly, yes.
Okay, but the parade is on. People are rocking and rolling with that. John Guevara and his crew, they do a great job. But that is on, and it's going to be here before you know it. And if you look around the township and the village as a whole, just great things are happening. And I think the papers some really good stuff up. But great things are happening. Just look at what people are, how people are sprucing up their homes and the money they're putting back into their properties. And, we really live in a beautiful area. And if you ever doubt that, just look up at the mountain and just think about all the money that people pay to come see and be a part of what we have in our own backyard. And there's much to be proud of here. And, I'm glad to be a part of it all my life. But just remind people to, every now and then with the world what it is over the last year, as the saying goes, just get outside and smell the roses once in a while. It would do us all a lot of good. And always remember that 5 o'clock isn't guaranteed. So enjoy life and enjoy what we have here. And we have a lot to be proud of and a lot to be happy for. So that's it.
All totally no.
Okay, so since TJ reminded me, yes, we are going to have July 4th parade. All the total details are almost worked out. It's actually going to be a combination of the more traditional parade through the village of Ellenville. But we got so much good feedback from last year's parade when we extended the route from a motorcade to Nappaneck and Kerhonkson that we're going to also include that in the parade. So we're going to have, as I said, essentially a hybrid version of the parade, the more traditional parade through the village of Ellenville, and then we'll move on to go down 209, go through pretty much the same route that we did last year, and finish up in Kerhonkson. So that's something that we're looking forward to. And on a personal level, I want to thank everyone who offered me condolences on my mom's passing a couple weeks ago. So I really appreciate the outpouring of condolences and affection from everyone in the town. One other thing, and the details are just about done. On June 29th, we are going to be having a community blood drive. It's going to be hosted at the Church Hall of St. Mary and St. Andrew in Ellenville. The blood supply is really, really low right now as a result of COVID and a lot of other things going on. So if you can give blood, I'm going to try to get a pint of blood from you. We did roughly 60 some odd points of blood the last time we did this blood drive. I'm hoping for at least that many. And it's going to be June 29th in the afternoon. There's going to be Facebook postings. There's going to be flyers around. But anyone who's viewing the meeting, I'd sure like them to, put that on their calendar, and hopefully you can give a pint. We'd sure appreciate it. And that's what I've got. Terry?
Yep. All right. So, as Cassie said, the 2 COVID active cases is a fantastic number. We'd like it to be 0, obviously, but the numbers in the last couple months, they were at a high of 198 and now down to 2. It's, it's very refreshing to see that. And the 60% vaccinated is also a very good number when you, actually, I don't know the specifics, but 60% for our county of about 180,000 people is very good compared to some of the other counties. And we just hope everyone else kind of falls in the same line of understanding that it's probably a good thing to do. It's everybody's individual choice, but that's about that on that. The New York Rising, also, I'd like to say that it's, it's not just Cassie's for, but in this case, Cassie's done a very good job. The New York Stream Bank stream restoration project is the people that, like Bill Kyer, myself, Jackie, Tony, that project's been going on for years. So to get to the point where we're bidding it out is a special day. And so initially it was a $3 million grant for the federal funding for the village and also 3 for the town. And we're going to work on the Beer Kill and the Sandberg and out by the Nebly and up in Greenfield Park. And at one point in time, a few years ago, there were some of that funding was kind of funneled over to the Hunt Memorial Building right next to Town Hall. And there's I think it's a 20-bed emergency shelter. They put a pretty good amount of money into that. And it's to be used as that emergency shelter. So, but thank you, Cassie, in this particular instance, as far as working on those easements, like you did actually for the Wawarsing Water District also.
Cassie's our easement queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Lawson, like everybody, TJ was talking about, and everybody knows, over the years, and I grew up with her daughter, Vicky, and Lawson has always been a real bright spot as far as in our community, so we really wish her well on her 100th birthday. I'd like to thank the highway guys that was stopping on the way to work on Caston Road and Caston Road Extension yesterday morning. They had already done Caston Road. And there was a little bit of a, you know, it wasn't just that you go down the road and pave it. There was some real solid, strong effort to attend each person's property, you know, the entrance to their driveways. I think they did a fantastic job that way, and I thank Tony for that, as well as his crews that were out there. One of the other things is last Friday, today's Thursday, so last Friday, I got a call from Gretchen Pinkel, who's the USDA representative for the local area. And if the board remembers, that about a year and a half ago, she called me up and asked if we could use, I think it was 1.36 million for the Crohnson Water District, the Crohnson Water Line Project. The project we ended up getting that 1.36 from Vermont, from what she told me. And that actually made the project about $6.8 million, of which approximately $2 million was loans and the rest of it was grants. So that project is completed. I believe the first resolution that we put there tonight was making that district complete. So we declared that complete. Again, I'd like to thank Tony Bays and his highway guys for, you know, working through that project with Howard Elsterhout and his construction company. They did a fantastic job. And they cleaned up the way that they were supposed to clean up, as far as cleaning up either blacktopping or cleaning up by growing grass or, you know, fixing the properties that were affected. And just like to thank anybody and everybody that was involved with that project. But Gretchen and I talked Friday about a possibility of a grant that can be actually, in grants, if a lot of people don't know, grants sometimes take a long time to get. So Senator Metzger actually, she secured a $100,000 grant for Port Bend for the rail trail, which we haven't received, but it's not her fault. It's just the fault. It's just the way things work in the state government, where the money those processes have to go through a long, arduous process. But with the federal government, with Gretchen Pinkel, she has done an amazing job, or something's different between the federal government and New York State, I'm not sure. But she is stating that she sent an application, and Tracy and myself are filling out that application. We're going to be completing it by next week. And it's approximately $115,000. I've talked to Tony about it, and it would be for vehicles. So we're going to be looking at possibility of 2 or 3 vehicles. That would be, grant opportunities, which, again, we're not, it's going to come out of your pocket somewhere, but it's not coming out of the town of Wawarsing's budget. And then, after that conversation about the vehicles, I brought up the salt shed. And there's a possibility that, I believe it's in October, where we could apply for salt sheds, because that is a item that is is and has been, available for grants. Town of Ulster, we researched, they actually did their salt shed a year or two ago, and they, out of that process, they got a $250,000 grant out of that. So in this case, the application would be probably, worked on and submitted by October, and the town would be responsible for 35%. So I just looked at a $750,000 project. That would be $262,500. So the project would be about $487,500 to the taxpayer. So we're really looking at that, and working with Tony on discussing that application further. Obviously, we're not going to wait. We're in the process already of taking the steps to do a salt shed, but we can always work it out between either fund balance or a combination of bank anticipation notes, and eventually, if we end up being awarded that's a pretty big deal. So at this point, I'd like to thank everybody, and again, wish Blossom her 100th birthday, and call for a
Move to adjourn.
move to adjourn. So
Seconded.
BJ makes the motion, Cassie seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.